Hi all, welcome back to the VeluShow. I'm Vince, and today I will share with you a trip I took to Mil Vineyard in Elizabethtown, North Carolina. It was a cloudy, winter day in February, and our family is heading out for another Friday fun day adventure. Let's go! You would think a vineyard in the wintertime may feel empty, maybe too cold, but that visit turned out to be one of the most peaceful days I have had in a long time. When I arrived, it wasn't the typical scene of bunches of grapes hanging from the vine. The vineyard was quiet, more serene. The vines were resting, preparing for the next seasons ahead. But even without the grapes, the place felt alive. Of course, I couldn't miss the tasting room. It was more than just a place to try wine. It was like stepping into the vineyard history. They had these old posters up, showing how long the vineyard has been around and the legacy of winemaking in the area. And it wasn't just about the wine. It was about being part of something bigger, something that has been growing and thriving for generations. The tasting room wasn't just a stop. It was like a portal into the vineyard's past. After the tasting, I wandered over to the koi pond. I wasn't expecting to find something like that in the middle of a vineyard, but there it was, a peaceful pond with koi gliding just underneath the surface. It was almost like they were putting on a show, moving effortlessly, reminding me that there's always something happening underneath the surface, even in the slower season. I took a drive around the vineyard after that. The road wound through these hills with grapevines all around me and the cabin up ahead. The cabin were exactly what I needed to see. Quiet, tucked away, and so inviting. The cabin looked like they were made for moments like this, winter retreats where you can just unplug and let the world slow down. Looking back, that day at Mil Vineyard was one for the book. The quiet beauty of the grapevine resting for the winter, the warmth and history inside the tasting room, the koi pond, peaceful and full of life, and the drive through the vineyard, seeing those cozy cabins tucked away. It was everything I didn't know I needed. The place has its own rhythm, a slower pace, and it's reminded me that even in the quietest season, there's always something to appreciate. I would definitely be going back. Maybe in the spring or fall, but something about winter there was just special. Peaceful, you know? That's all folks. If you enjoyed the video, please consider like and subscribe to the channel and check out the playlist for more video like this. See ya!